And the teams making their way out onto the pitch right now. Melbourne City in the heart homage kit of the red and white stripes, and Perth Glory in their customary home colours of purple and orange. So as handshakes take place, let's take a look at the teams. Perth, Jack Clisby is back from suspension into the starting 11. John Katrumbas is added to the bench. There is no Joseph Ford or Jacob Muir in Ruben Zatkovic's 11 for this one. David Williams will lead the line. He has one goal against Melbourne City, one of his former clubs. That came when he was a Wellington player back in January 2019. He'll be looking to double that tally and then some today. Let's take a look at the Perth opponents for this one. Melbourne City, who make two changes with Scott Jamieson back in the captain's armband and Andrew Naboot into the starting 11. Marco Tilio drops to the bench, Jordan Hall is added to the bench, and there is no place for Curtis Good in the matchday squad. Andrew Naboot has never scored for Melbourne City against Perth, but he has 3 for his career, 2 as a victory player and 1 in the colours of Newcastle Jets. So Perth Glory to attack the right of your screens in this first half. The ladder leaders are coming to town, and will they be the first team to emerge with all 3 points from Macedonia Park? Former Matilda Grace Gill is here, and as we have an early foul, Grace, will Melbourne City be up for this challenge?
Well, a challenge indeed, and thanks, Teo, but how about this? A sold-out Macedonia Park. No further ticket sales available at the gate. And no doubt what will be a fiery encounter if the last few matches here at Macedonia Park are anything to go by.
Newcastle really took it up to Perth last Saturday night. And we have this early set piece here for the returning Jack Clisby and also Keegan Jelicic to mull over. Jelicic, who, as we heard from Steve Allen pre-game, got a new 2-year contract extension during the week, which will tie him to the Glory. And he's going to take the free kick here. It is just back-heeled away, a little improvised clearance from Richard van der Ven. And a settling touch for Cameron Cook, the Perth Glory goalkeeper. Plays it long for David Williams. Ryan Williams is right there too, putting pressure on. The pass misses Geordie Boss. And Luke Bodnar takes over. And Luke Bodnar, Grace, he certainly is impressing. It's his 29th appearance tonight, the 22-year-old. He's really starting to make a name for himself in this Glory midfield as a very solid contributor.
He stood up in a really big way this season for Ruben Zatkovic's side, asserting himself in that midfield, and for a young guy, really steady on the ball. Last week particularly, it was pleasing to see him get that goal.
Daryl Latchwood with just the step out of the way to let that back pass run down to Cook, who maybe wasn't expecting it, but got there in the nick of time. Now City at right back, Nuno Rash. Up to 8 appearances for the season now as he gets minutes back in the legs. Here he is clearing up to the halfway line. Jamie McLaren flicking the ball on. Left to chase. Jamie McLaren with a phenomenal scoring record this season. 16 in 14. He doesn't mind playing against Perth, another of his former teams, with 11 in 15. Here goes Anthony Burke-Gilroy to Ryan Williams. The cutback's on, and he misses the man in the box. David Williams can't believe it. And that really was a glorious opportunity for Perth.
Mind the pun, but indeed it was. Williams looking frightening down that line. Well-timed run just off the shoulder of his defender. Cutback, can't quite find a purple shirt.
Has he hit that blind? Is that why? It seems as though Williams is right there. It should be in his field of vision. We'll stay with play because the Glory might make it a moot point. Jelicic cutting in. Dancing on the ball. Keegan Jelicic, and it's blocked out for an early corner.
Jelicic, another one who's just been so lively for this Perth Glory side, and completely unsurprising to see him pick up that contract extension throughout the week. It's a player that a club will want to hold on to.
So let's see what the Glory are like against this buff, physical Melbourne City defence that are built to defend in the air. It's an in-swinging corner to the far post, and it clears all out for a goal kick. Historically, Perth actually have the head-to-head 17 wins in the A-League to City's 11 draws. We've seen one real passage of play that was quality from Melbourne City. They're about to turn on the style again here. O'Neill to Leckie. Little back heel, referee takes evasive action. Van der Ven. Now Boss getting forward to support the attack. Oh, he's jinking through. This is incredible! Geordie Boss with a masterful solo goal. He made the defenders melt bolt out of the way and then put it top bins.
Oh, that is magic from Geordie Boss. What a piece of individual skill. Nothing Cameron Cook can do about that one. That was a delightful finish from such a talented young player.
Grace, talk us through the skill here to jink through the Perth defence.
Well, as we have a look on the Harvey Norman replay, he's left two Perth Glory defenders completely in their wake, and that is a perfect finish. Cleared out the cobwebs in the top stanch there, and Geordie Boss, that is one for the highlight reel.
Just his second goal in the A-League men's, his first of the season, hadn't scored since his only goal against Sydney back in April. This young man, his stocks are going up and up and up. Perth Glory restart. If that'll affect how much they target that flank. They had been looking for Anthony Burke-Gilroy over on the right side quite frequently, but maybe now they want to test the right side of City's defence. It's exactly where Ryan Williams is probing now as he crosses in, and the equaliser is not there. It's cleared somehow off the line. Neither David Williams nor Mark Beavers can believe that the ball isn't in the back of the net.
Nor can that man on screen, Ruben Zadkovic. What a move from Perth Glory. David Williams so dangerous in the 6-yard box. He's done really well.
I don't understand the physics. It's like a video game glitch. How has this gone over the bar? Jamison, there it is, his left foot.
Well, it's a Jamison deflection there that has saved Melbourne City on that occasion, and the fingertips of Tom Glover.
Great angle from inside the goal, showed us all. And now foul will get Melbourne City out of trouble. But Mark Beavers, he hadn't scored since 2019. He popped up last week with a goal, and really, as he went to shin it over the line, Jamison got his toe in to save the day. HBF Park or NIB Stadium, the Perth Oval, or if it's Macedonia Park. They're in good voice tonight, the crowd, and being 1-0 down hasn't taken the juice out of them just yet. Melbourne City still presenting opportunities, like this one. Williams legged by Jamison. Ryan Williams wants a card here, so do the fans. Jamison's quick to leave the scene.
Jamison had to recover from this first lunge.
Jelicic and Jack Clisby discussing their options here. Will they crowd the keeper? Is there someone lurking at the top of the box? They might square it too. That's the set piece. Latchman is at the far post. He might be the obvious target. Clisby hangs it to the near post. It's there! The Gloria level! I don't think there's been a decisive touch. Looks as though it's going to go down as a goal to the free kick taker. And Jack Clisby, on his return from suspension, has brought the Glory level.
Well, it is that delight of a left foot of Jack Clisby. Macedonia Park celebrates. It was a beautifully taken free kick. As we have a look on the Harvey Norman replay, it has sailed through unopposed, nestled into the back of the net.
Well, do you give the credit to David Williams for at least making the run, or should Tom Glover have just been a bit more forthright in his attempts to take the ball?
Well, it looks as though Tom Glover just lost sight of it with bodies in front of him, and perhaps he could have come out to meet it. I tell you, it's reminiscent of a Craig Goodwin free kick we saw not 24 hours ago. It has been an entertaining opening passage, and Perth Glory, they keep producing just these moments of energy despite a Melbourne City team that is very comfortable on the ball. This high press, high energy from Perth Glory that they have delivered in weeks gone by, still working.
Well, the clinical brilliance with which Melbourne City have come through to create their opportunities lulled them into a false sense of security about what attacking could look like. Perth have brought real energy, a bit of in-your-face aggression to how they've gone about the football here. As this ball is headed into the box, and Elsey gets there, he's lagged, it's a penalty! Glory on the march, and they will go to the spot to turn around the deficit within the first half.
There is that energy, the intensity from Perth Glory, it's relentless.
I'm so surprised he got there first, Grace, because when he turned and saw the ball was breaking into the box, you could tell he was a defender. He just didn't have the striker's instinct to respond to the ball, and yet he still beat Tom Glover to the punch. Daniel Elder got his hand to the ear here. Is VAR going to give an 11th hour reprieve to Melbourne City? There weren't too many protests. Glover looked miffed all. I think words come through that it's not. Elder's just saying, wait, but Perth Glory have all walked away. Yep, the review's complete. It was offside, Grace.
Doesn't that ball through as well from Jelicic? Was well hit, really well timed.
Oh, a miss hit here from Cook. Van der Ven off the crossbar. He can't believe it. Everything he touched ended up in the back of the net last week, but he is the width of the crossbar away here from giving Melbourne City the lead.
Perth Glory have gotten off scot-free with one there, Van der Ven. Well, you can see his frustration. You know exactly what he thinks about that one. It was hit well.
Gee, it rose late, didn't it? Off the boot, it looked like it was a flat tracer bullet, and then right there, almost like a little pocket of wind just caught hold of it and lifted it up into the safety of the crossbar, and Cameron Cook's blushes are spared. The Isuzu UTE A-League men's. Perth Glory would still be on the outside of the six, looking in, though. As good a point as this would potentially be if it does indeed end the same as the scoreline is right now at half-time. A really good first half, too, as Rado Vidic just puts the final full stop on his notes. Geordie Boss scored just his second goal in the A-League men's, his first of the season, and it was something special, too, but cancelled out by Jack Clisby's free kick. Means that at half-time at Macedonia Park, right now, Perth Glory's unbeaten home record remains intact with 45 minutes to go, even if Mustafa Amini wants the last word with the referee. It's Perth Glory 1, Melbourne City 1. And Jamie McLaren will get the action back underway. So, kick-off at the start of the second half, 1-1 the score. Perth Glory having made a double substitution. Confirmation that John Katrumbis and Zach Duncan have come on for Luke Bodnar and Anthony Burke-Gilroy at the start of the second 45. Nuno Reyes picked up a yellow card in the first half as well, so we'll have to watch his step for Melbourne City. He's playing it right back in this one. Thomas Lamb and Scott Jamieson, the centre-backs. Geordie Boss and Nuno Reyes on the opposite sides. Here is Ryan Williams. Putting the ball back inside. David Williams is there. The sub, Duncan, trying to make ground but couldn't in time. Now here is Reyes. He hooks his pass, though, straight to Mustafa Amini. And now Jack Clisby. Keegan Jelicic has space to swing it across. It goes over the head of David Williams. And Duncan is there. He roosts it long. David Williams nods at central. Ryan Williams trying for the shot on sight. Bit of an air swing. He still gets the ball back. And now he's weaving away from Lamb, and he's grounded. Desperate defence from the Finn. And he drags down Williams and gives away not just a free kick, but he's booked for his trouble.
That's twice in as many minutes that Ryan Williams has given Thomas Lamb all sorts of headaches. He's so dynamic on the ball, is Williams, and just that little grab of the arm by Lamb gave himself up.
And they repeat the magic. And they put it in an area where Tom Glover won't be able to grasp onto the ball. Jelicic swings it in. Oh, the header's up. And it goes just wide of the post. Well, Duncan was right there on the line and the post trying to capitalise on Beaver's header across goal. But it goes agonisingly wide. Ryan Williams puts his head down. Look at this, a long diagonal run all the way across the pitch. Feeds it out to Keegan Jelicic. Jelicic into the box. Right against the byline. And the header away from Jamieson. Look at that. Big karate kick clearance from Andrew Naboot. It might flip the field here. The header on. Matthew Leckie charging through. It's Leckie. He goes to ground under the challenge of Latchman. And the referee points to the penalty spot. Andrew de Boot booted it out of his defensive penalty area, and a great flick header set City away. And the referee reaches to the back pocket and produces a red card. Perth Glory are down to 10. Daryl Latchman is sent off. Sounds as though VAR has said, no, off you go. Daryl Latchman, red card.
It's huge for a number of reasons. Daryl Latchman, the only player in Perth Glory to feature in all games and play all minutes so far, and that will see the end of that record.
This will be a double whammy if Valon Berisha can strike truly from the penalty spot. He has not scored yet in the A-League men's. He's got a great resume, Valon Berisha. He's come out to Australia, still very much near the peak of his powers. He's going to show us his composure here. The name Berisha has been on the score sheet as many times as any in A-League history. Valon wants to add his name to the list. Here's the penalty, and it scores. Melbourne City take the lead, dispatched even with the keeper going the right way, and Valon Berisha is an A-League men's goal scorer for the first time.
Well, it's a well-taken penalty from Valon Berisha. So have a look on the Harvey Norman replay. He steps up confidently, and for all his industry in the midfield, his hard work, his assists, Valon Berisha is rewarded with a goal of his own.
You mentioned earlier that it hadn't quite been Naboot's evening grace, but it's his clearance out of the penalty area at one end of the pitch that leads to the fast break, the red card and the penalty.
Almost a secondary assist that, but we have seen this change between Naboot and Marco Tilio either which way across these fixtures throughout the season. Rado Vidicic seemed to prefer a start for Marco Tilio, and Naboot, after some good performances and good impacts off the bench, got his spot in the starting 11 tonight, but by his standards, a little quieter game.
Florent Berenguer on for his 6th appearance of the season, still getting minutes built into those legs. We know that at his best, he's arguably the best player in the league, especially when City are up and flying. Still very much building into the season that was slow to start due to injury. Beavers hitting the channels here. Jelicic spins around, sees Tilio, the sub. Fresh legs guarding him. Still able to get across it on the spin. Glory level with 10. David Williams. The magic of Macedonia Park. Even down to 10 men, it is coming to fruition again.
Well, that's a delightful finish by David Williams. Well worked by this Perth Glory side. Macedonia Park is pumping after that one.
All smiles for David Williams. Grace, talk us through the cross here from Keegan Jelicic.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, it was the initial run across the line from Keegan Jelicic. He's been able to create, it's a really well-worked cross into the 6-yard box, and David Williams, the timing on that jump to redirect his header goalward, and that is a beautifully worked finish by Perth Glory.
Ryan Williams. Oh, this is going to potentially get a little feisty. Cooler heads prevail. Scott Jamieson showing true diplomacy there, deciding not to get into a scuffle with Williams. I think City would be acutely aware that things aren't going great 10 versus 11. The last thing they want it to become is 10 versus 10.
Oh, well, as quickly as Jamieson did grab the shirt, he let it go and his arms up in innocence.
Tilio squeezes it through the gap. Berenguer, can he find a teammate with a cutback? He can't, but he can win a corner.
Substitutes combining really well there, Marco Tilio. Some fine footwork.
8th corner of the night in total, 3rd for Melbourne City. In front of a packed stand, Glory fans loving what they're seeing from the home team. Beavers, an up and under. Is it keeper's ball? Has to go for the punch away. Overhead kick from Matthew Leckie. It silences the crowd. And Matthew Leckie with a spectacular goal. The celebrations are muted because he's got a fallen teammate here. But that should not distract from the acrobatic finish.
Well, Matthew Leckie, the Socceroo, quite the spectacular. But it is a muted celebration. Concerns.
Well, VAR's having a look. Thomas Lamb went down non-contact injury. It was not decisive from Cameron Cook. And the goal has been confirmed. So maybe they were having a look if Cook was fouled, Grace, but I think that's just, yeah, a goalkeeper that's inexperienced there, not able to clear his lines.
Matthew Leckie on the Harvey Norman replay. That goal deserves somewhat of a celebration. The acrobatics behind that, the timing, powered into the back of the net. Cameron Cook hasn't been able to clear effectively. But Matthew Leckie, in what has been a relatively quiet night for him too, he comes up in these big moments.
Douse. Talbot. With the ball under his control. Slick play from City. Leckie. He's picked his moments for when to really influence the game tonight. Matthew Leckie. And Barangay finishes it off. End-to-end move from Melbourne City. That's why they're top dogs. They will become the first team to win at Macedonia Park. And they put an emphatic full stop on this win.
What a move from Melbourne City. Such a strong play out the middle of the park on the Harvey Norman replay. The run from Matt Leckie. Right down the middle of the park. Good close control touches, and Barangay, there's still work to do on that. Manages to tuck it away into the far corner, but the work there done by Matt Leckie. Can't deny the quality of this Melbourne City side.
It's his third goal in 9 games against Perth. Here's glory now. Can they peg another goal back? Ryan Williams fires wide. It's going to be a corner.
So brother had to be sure. Did have that one covered, and let's just push that one out for a corner as Perth look for what may be a consolation.
If they score here, they'll have enough time to run it back to the middle and then say a prayer. Here it comes. Right into the pack of players, and it's a solid header away. The follow-up blocked down by Barangay, and the full field counter-attack might be on. Cameron Cook did well to stand way out of his area in order to clear.
Get the job done, they have indeed.
If they score here, it'll be a 5-goal night. How could you possibly be unhappy with that? Barangay's nearly in again. And Cook holds on to the ball as stoppage time expires. One last look at the watch. And there it is, Melbourne City become the first team to come west and win at Macedonia Park. Matthew Leckie integral to it. It certainly wasn't Jamie McLaren's night, but his team still found the back of the net 4 times. Full time at Macedonia Park. It was a real classic. Perth Glory 2, Melbourne City 4.